Hi there. Hi, everybody. I know there's no one there actually yet, but I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to leave this up because something's going on where, like, when I upload, like, when I go live with, because I'm trying to go live sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. But anyway, what happens is I go live, because I want to interact. And so it takes a long time for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that, but it'll take sometimes until the next day to literally, upload when you do that, when you go live. Isn't that crazy? So, I don't know. I'm thinking I might want to leave this up. But anyway, I want to say hi to everybody. Thanks for coming back in. Um, I really just felt that need to connect, and I also felt like possibly like I'm getting more messages in because sometimes I'll get channeled information in. Um, and that's not usually planned. Okay, that's something that when I started more and more on this journey, I would actually get channel messages. Sometimes they come very early in the morning. Um, Sometimes they just come during the day, and I'll like get that alert, like go do a reading or go and do a reading, specifically on something because that's the information that's coming in right at that time. So I don't always know when I'm going to get a download, when something is going to be channeled in that way. Um, I don't always know. But anyway, hi, I'm glad to see you. If you all could give this a thumbs up, you can say hi. That makes it better when I'm interacting with you all because it's like we've made it to the middle of July. I mean, can you all believe it? We've made it through 2020 and we're in the middle of July. It does not seem like we've made it that far yet, but we have. And hi, Lady K. Hi. So it's like, whoa, whoa. Hi, Chakra Mama. How you doing? How you been? Hi, Vision to Life. How are you? So it's been so much going on in the way of, I think a lot of people, well, that's good. It's good to hear that you're good. Hi, Crystal Beauty. So it's good to hear that we're still moving along, and today I did a couple videos today. I haven't put them all up on YouTube, but I did a couple videos. One of them was well, this one I just uploaded this one. It was like when you go to the grocery store, you know how we're trying to get in touch with ourselves, like when you go to the grocery store. This is something I started doing about 7-8 years ago. Okay, when I was really getting my shamanic training and opening up. When you go to the grocery store and you are kind of, like you may only have 30 minutes in there, take a few minutes, pray while you're in the grocery store just for like 30 seconds, or take some deep breaths and allow your brain to kind of, because you need to be aware of what you're picking out. And I think a lot of people, they don't realize that it's like a spiritual thing when you're picking out all that food you're going to eat that week. It's actually a spiritual thing. So remember that. That is something, because diabetes is rampant and it's too rampant. It's like, why? Why is it like so many of us have diabetes? Like, 40% of us, the whole population, have diabetes. And then there's some that haven't been to the doctors at all and they have it, but why do the kids have it? It's because of certain things, I think. Another thing I was going to tell you all is to pay attention to whatever it is you've been working on for the last year or 2 years, because those are the things that are probably like taking you in a path to your wisdom, to your joy, to your, because people ask me, well, how do you know that? During my private reads, which I'm very thankful for, and I want to thank you all who have come to me for readings, services. Thank you very much. Um, One of the things is paying attention to things like that in your daily life, like what you're eating, what you're drinking, your dreams, okay, what you've been working on and putting your energy into for the past couple of years, those are the things that will, they're going to show you the different ways, the different crossroads, the different paths. It's going to show you a lot, okay? So I just wanted to come on and kind of chat with you all. And I remember a few years ago, I used to do this as well, because my channel is not new. So a few years ago, I remember I used to do this too. I used to talk about different things that I would buy too. Okay. So, and this is one of the things, see the Florida water? Okay, so do any of you know how to use it? Do any of you incorporate any kind of spiritual cleansing technique in your life right now? You know, especially with everyone trying to manifest love and wealth and prosperity. You know, do you even know how to use some of these things in that way? Oh, you making that is wonderful. I was wondering if someone was making it, because I got some from someone, and I mean she makes hers. It's very powerful. I got some from her last year. It's beautiful. Beautiful. She gave me a package with her own kind of Florida water. She makes it. It was just beautiful. Beautiful energy. You can put it in your bath. You can carry it with you. Some people carry theirs with them because it comes in a smaller bottle too. Some of us need it to like literally like cut cords sometimes. You can put it on your hands, you know, and pray and put it across your forehead. You can put it on the back of your neck. When you're like during the day and you're dealing with different people, especially now when we're trying not to absorb other people's energy so much all the time, that is not good. Absorbing someone else's energy or feeling like you're responsible all the time for making, you know, that other person feel better, you know, that can be a trip. Yeah, cleaning your doors and windows. Yep. Actually, you can even do the sign like of the cross, even if you're saying, well, I'm not a Christian, you know, I'm not, you know, that doesn't matter. You can still, you know, if you don't know what else to do, if you don't know how to align to other things yet, you can do like Psalms 23 and mark your doors and windows and things. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So, that took me into a totally different train of thought. I was going to talk about something. But it's things like that, you know, when we're trying not to absorb all that other stuff from somebody else, or we're trying not to be so responsible for the relationship, or did the relationship turn out right, or we didn't make this person be with, you know, all of that stuff. So you have to be careful. The other day, oh yeah, that is what I did. Okay, this was like 3 days ago. If you go down, click videos and go down to my list, it's called What Are You Waiting For? Because it's like we're giving our energy and our power to that other, do you see what I'm saying? To that situation, to the person. We're putting them on a pedestal, almost like a deity. Like we're praying and hoping and this and that, and we keep putting them up on a pedestal. And it drains all of your energy. That's what it does. It drains your energy, and then you don't feel good, and then you got all this other stuff going on, and you don't know why you're having this buildup. Like, you know, how do you schedule? Oh, it's in the box below. Did I put it in the box below? You can go to www.rosalindvaughn.net. I don't know if I put it in the box below, but yeah, I'm doing, that's a good, yeah. Okay, so I am doing also phone readings now. Some people had asked me, you know, about 2 weeks ago, I kept hearing people say, oh, well, do you do phone? Yeah, I do phone readings. I've always done phone readings. So basically all you do is, you know, you just make the payment and you can get your reading in a couple of hours. It's like a 15-minute phone call. You can choose also, at my website, you can choose. Like if you're like, well, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else, or I want your soaps. I want your oils, your candles. I do all of those. Okay, so I do Rootwork soaps, which I get a lot of compliments on my soaps because they are You know, they're really highly, you know, high powered, because you think about roots, herbs, oils all going into the soap. So that's really like a powerful punch. And their intentions, you know, different conditions. So some is prosperity, some is love, some is road opening. Sometimes, you know, people are ashamed to say it, but they feel like it's something wrong. They feel like it's something in their house. They feel like it's something with them that they're trying to get off of them, or maybe their grandmothers, their grandfathers, their uncles. They see all this negative that's been going on in their generations before them. Now they're worried about their kids, their nieces and nephews. So those are the kinds of things that I get sometimes, and people are ashamed to even talk about it very much, which I think we have to kind of get over that. We have to kind of get over our own ass, okay? We're not that fucking good. We're not that fucking good. We need to be, you know, really truthful about, well, I'm stuck here, you know, or this keeps happening to me. Now it's happening to my kids, my nieces and nephews. I'm seeing this stuff, you know, I grew up with some of it. We have to kind of be honest about, wow, I think I want to go ahead and get rid of this because I don't want to feel that way anymore. It's kind of, ugh, you know, or the relationship's always going this way and you're just tired of it. You just know, you feel it coming on, and you're like, wow, why is this? Oh, this is a different person, but the situation is like identical almost as that other one 3 years ago. This feels like a repeat. You know, those are the things that people, you know, they come to me for. And so some people, I'll end up just drumming for them. You know, I drum for them, I teach them. You know, you need to learn how to do this. You need to learn how to do some of the drum journey connect, you know, connect with your highest healed ancestors. You know, some of us might need the spiritual baths. I do a lot of those. I have more to do later, you know, when I, which is another thing I wanted to tell you all. When you don't see me here, you know how some of the readers are doing like 20 readings on YouTube a day. But okay, so they're like doing, you know, like a robot, like boom, 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 all the readings. But, you know, I don't often do that because there's other things, you know, there's readings with you all, right? And because you're part of the soul family. So, and then there's the other things I do. I have my oils, the soaps, you know, all of those things. Then there's me taking care of myself because spiritually, anybody you're going to for readings or whatever, or you're going to them for root work, or you need a candle, or you know you need some kind of, you know, you need a set of some things, you know that you do, you feel it, you feel that this is a problem you need to be working on or whatever. That person, you know, your priestess, your root worker, your psychic, your tarot reader that you go to, whoever this is, they have to have a regimen of taking that time for themselves, protecting themselves. So there's things that I do, you know, because I work with a lot of energy, you know, so I have to make sure that I'm clear and that my information is coming from a good space for you. Okay, so there are some that, you know, they don't care about your space. They don't care if you feel good. They don't care if you are vibrating at a good space, you know, during the reading. They are just literally like, they're getting something from you and they're just throwing stuff back out there. It doesn't really matter. They don't work by morals or ethics, okay? So some people feel that that's okay. You know, there's people who feel that that is okay to do that. You know, they will read for you or whatever, and that's, they don't care about good things, you know, or how it is for you afterwards, or do we need to go a little bit further so we can start with, you know, teaching you, guiding you. Okay, so I know that me personally, I've had some of the people who've come to me for reading. They're like, you know, can you teach me? You know, can you teach? I want to learn from you. You know, and I do teach some of my clients, you know, this is what you need to do. You need to get this activated within you and within your life. You know, it's sacred. You know, some of you who have come from, you know, generations and generations of being very spiritually powerful. And, you know, it's just been suppressed. You know, your parent, your mother may have suppressed it, your grandmother, your aunties, they may have suppressed it, and here it is all coming out in you, and you're like the one child, like the, you know how they say the redheaded stepchild, you're like the black sheep of the family. You're like, oh well, what's really going on with her now, or you know, whatever. What it is if you're exactly the same, and you're not going to question. Do you see what I'm saying? You're not going to make the healing or make a path for this good stuff to come in for you, your daughters, your nieces, nephews. You're not going to be able to do it if you're exactly the same as everyone else, and you just fall into place and you don't speak and you don't act on your, you know, your higher good. You're going to be like everybody else. You're not going to get the healing done. You know, it's just going to be kind of bad the same way, and you're going to feel like, oh, I'm stuck. You know, which is a lot of the energy that I usually do end up working with that energy to help people, you know, clear that off. Like the roads, the crossroads, they're just kind of stuck there. And they're not willing to go through because they see all that stuff in front of them that was, it was behind them and it's with them, and then that's all they're seeing in front of them, you know. So if you're just like everybody else in your family, you're not questioning the abuse, you're not questioning abandonment, you're not questioning poverty, or why is it always, you know, the whole time you were growing up you saw this poverty, and people saying things like they were going to stay aligned to the poverty, you know. So things like that, that you have to start questioning them, because you may be the one in that generation that is the healer. Okay, I can identify with that. You might be the one who is the healer in the family, in the household, and everything. Okay. Wow. Wow. That's a lot of energy coming through. I can feel that. A lot of clearing coming through. Yeah. So for me, when all of this was opening up, you know, in my life, in my journey, you know, years ago, that was so, you know, because we were like so many families, when they do have like a spiritual uplifting, which I'm not criticizing it, but when they do have a lot of spiritual uplifting, it's like churchy. We're churchy. You know, they take religion and then they just become churchy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you're getting something out of it. I really am, Chakra Mama. You know, it's like churchy. And then everybody is like churchy. And then when there's a problem, they're like, I don't want to say it that way. It's like they'll get churchized or something. And it's not really coming from all of the, you know, the higher consciousness thought. Or it might be like spirit is saying like religious programming. Okay, you see what I'm saying, which is not always bad, especially if someone is using that or they fit into that to do better in life. I think that's fine, you know, because I'm not judging them in that way. I'm just judging it in the way of I'm just looking at it in the way of how it might be playing out. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, I think you do. So for me, I know that that was kind of difficult, all of the shifting, changing, and I had been working on those things, and I had been saying certain things before all of this happened, before I was walking around like, you know, complete spiritual person. I actually was saying certain things before it really clicked in. Okay, so it was like I was going to church all the time, and you know, my family, and I was only doing certain things, certain checkpoints. And I wanted to get everything right with these checkpoints. points, which some of that is still with me, right? Because I love to interact and really tune in to you when I'm doing readings and works and everything. And you can go to my website, you'll see all the different things there, and that's only about 70%. I do much more even than what's on there. But anyway, what I was doing was trying to line to something that was written down somewhere, like a goal that was supposed to be for masses and masses of people. I wasn't individually listening to my own journey, my own path. That happens very, very easily because in society, we have all these masculine checkpoints. Do this, then do that, then graduate, then car, then college, then marriage, then well, yeah, and it becomes very regimented into us the way that we think and what we see as our checkpoints, and they're usually very masculine. It's not usually much room in there for individual, your spirituality. How do you get back to some of the things that your ancestors were doing? Why does water seem to be so important to you? Water is hugely important in our lives. It's a huge spiritual element, and all the energies there. And then there's, well, why does it seem that we love fire and candle flame so much? What is going on with that? It seems like something's going on. Yeah, it is. It's your energetic body, and some of us have had a lot of past lives as well. So some people, you can imagine in a family or in this dynamic where it was not much room for exploration, some of those things that were very important to you as a being, a beautiful divine spiritual being, they were very important, but to try and fit that into these systems we have sometimes in our earth journey is kind of hard sometimes, you know. So it can be very uh, very it's almost like you're shedding as you're doing this. It's like toxic as you're shedding all those different layers and you're trying to find your space again and be powerful again, and then hit your goals you want and live the life that you want and be free from those patterns that you no longer want to be attached to in your relationships with your family, your love life, your wealth and prosperity goals, the way you see yourself, because we deserve good things in our lives. We deserve all the good things. We deserve good relationships. We deserve to feel supported and uplifted. Um, and we also need to have that from within, like your self love. And on my website, you'll see there is something called self love activation. I've done those. I've done numerous of those because I had to learn how to activate it within my own self love, and how I'm special and how I want to feel, and what do I want to feel, and how do you, if you're going out on dates, this is just an example, if you're going out on dates, let's say you're single and you want to be in a relationship and you know that you're ready to, really feel that again and fall in love again. Are you really comfortable going out on a date with a different person every 2 weeks? Or are you more comfortable, being at home and, regenerating and vibing and finding out more about yourself? Reading what you want to read, taking your spiritual baths, honoring the sun, the moon, your life energy, and really building yourself up and calling for that energy from, from the divine, from your healed ancestors, Are you trying to build that up before you go running back, to try and make someone else help you with that, to make them, so you'll be whole? Or should you be whole and loving and feel good, and have that comfort and that confidence in yourself before you even go back to all of that, That's another thing. The way that society does, the way that we think with the dating, oh, it can trigger so many feelings, especially if you're intimate with this person. Oh, wow. That is such a locking in, and we don't often understand how that works. And I think I've done a couple videos on that, like even 3 years ago, and then I think I did one last year about how we actually exchange You know, you said you hated Vision 20. Yeah. It could be like a circus of emotions and feelings and intimacy and everything when we're not, you know, ready, when we don't feel it, you know, from the inside first, the love there first. So it can be, you know, I did, well, yeah, that's what I was saying. I have done a couple videos on it because when we are intimate, we attach so many cords and we don't even realize we're doing that. Did you know that? I mean, we actually are partially not fully, we're like partially there, you know, but it's a lot of energy, soul energy, you know, chakra energy information. It's such an exchange. Oh my God. It's like a huge energy exchange. The whole thing with intimacy, romance, you know, and that's why sometimes if it doesn't work out, we have to be willing to, you know, go to that area where we're like, oh, it's painful. Oh, it's painful. I have to try and clear this out. Oh my God, it's so painful. You know, but yeah, you do. I mean, I've had to do it. You know, you can't just step over it and then be good for your next relationship or good for your healing. That is part of the healing. You got to kind of go to your heart, you know, cry it out, release it, you know, acknowledge it, have some, like, wow, you're going to have realizations because you're connecting. You're connecting with your heart and the pain that was there from a loss of a love. That's, oh, it's so deep. It's so deep. Wow. You know what? It's been almost 30 minutes. I can't believe it. It's been almost 30 minutes. So I think I'm going to go ahead and close out. And I want to tell you all thanks for coming and spending time with me. I really enjoy just spending time with you and having some connection with you all because, you know, when I'm doing reading, sometimes it's like the messages are coming and the cards are coming, and you all are looking at my, you're looking at my hands, and I'm like, wow, you know. And I think so many of us, some of the readers, they only want, you know, you to see the cards because sometimes, you know, your face is like, whoa, whoa. You're like, you know, that happens when you're getting information, you know. But I hope that you all have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I hope good things are happening to you in the midst of all of this that's going on. You know, I hope that you understand praying for protection, peace. Thank you, Vision to Life. Thank you. I hope you're making that connection to, you know, you being special. Thank you, Chakra Mama. Thank you. Um, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave you with that. Thank you for being part of the Soul family. If you think this might help someone else, please share it. Give it a thumbs up. And I'll talk to you all soon, okay? Bye-bye.